I want to kind of pivot to your personal endeavors and projects for a minute now, Jay. I know you've been pretty busy lately, and you've recently added, among other things, the title of NFL Trust Captain to your resume. So go ahead and brush your shoulders off for that for sure. Major congrats to you for that, bro. But for our viewers, can you elaborate on what NFL Trust Captain? What does that entail, and how did you get into that? How did you get that opportunity?
Yeah, so the Players Trust is an organization. It's an earned benefit for former players that have had at least 2 years, active years in the NFL. And what we do is just try to help guys transition away from the game of football. We have three pillars: health and wellness, community and connection opportunities, and personal and business development. And so I think the most important pillar that we provide is the health and wellness piece, because once you guys are away from the game, you got to see how your bodies are, right? If you're healthy enough to move forward into your next endeavor. So we send guys away to either Tulane or North Carolina Chapel Hill. They get a thorough brain and body assessment. You get a comprehensive evaluation of where your body is, and then once you get that evaluation, then you move forward into that next step, into your next endeavor. But we just work together, to help guys understand the resources available to them, right? It's amazing the amount of former players that don't know all of these programs and resources that are available to help them move forward, right? So that's all we do. There's a great team of individuals there at the Trust in DC. You got Lusaka Polite, who's the director, who actually hired me. Kelly Mertens is the executive director. Shania Richburg, who works alongside them. And then you've got the captains, right? You've got Hall of Famer, I think the head Hall of Famer, Darryl Green, is a captain. You got Dwayne Starks, who won the Super Bowl with the Ravens. Deion Grant, Demetric Evans. You got Cliff Crosby. You got Zach Yassi, James Devlin, and some of the newer captains, Drew Davis and Darius Jennings and myself. So just a great team of guys. And the great thing about it is there's no egos involved, no egos at all. We're just here to help guys. We work together seamlessly. And I enjoy being around these guys. It's an important thing that we do to help guys.
That's amazing, man, because we hear so much about players, not even just in football, but what do you do after the game is over? You've given so much to the game, and the game has given you a lot too. But how do you transition? A lot of athletes that I've come to know have had trouble transitioning out of that, whether it's because of financial issues or whether it's because of, like you mentioned, mental health, wellness issues, a lot of things that can happen. You give your body, you give your blood, sweat, and tears to this game, and you got to make sure you're taking care of yourself after the fact too. So I think this is amazing that you guys are right there as soon as they've given that to the game to be able to kind of transition them in the best way possible for them. I think that's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's the transition is tough, man. I mean, whether you played 5 years or 15 years or 2 years, right? The transition is tough. I mean, you're trying to figure out what you're good at, what you will have a passion for, what you want to see yourself doing for the next 20 or 25 years, right? So, it's a transition any way you look at it. And so all we do is provide services to help make that transition easier. We consult with guys. We point them in the right direction to get the help they need. And all those facets that you mentioned, all we want to do is just help guys move forward.